Alright, for episode 6 of Celestials, I was thinking the main cast, we would continue on from where we left off the last episode. So they have a portal to heaven, and so we see the scene basically where they complete it fully and it works. Um, and then basically, as they would enter the portal, it would cut to a transition somehow of basically like the next teaser for the main villain of season one, which is Molech. And so you would basically see like all the demons training in the camp probably. And they would go like to really harsh training, like it would look brutal. You'd see them like probably using similar technology to maybe the puppets they would use in the hero facility to like train. Or the best part would be maybe what if they fought against each other's because this is demons we're talking about, and I feel like Moloch would maybe like induce some hatred in his troops and like maybe suppress them a bit. I'm not sure. But I think it'd be pretty interesting, and yeah, you basically just see them like preparing, kind of like one of those Disney movies where you see like the villains like slamming their hammers on like the stuff and like making armor and preparing and stuff. Um, and it would be like kind of dramatic, and then it would cut back to the heroes, so the main cast again, basically entering like the public domain of heaven or whatever, like kind of like the free trial. So they would actually they would be like in heaven, but like not like heaven. It's kind of hard to explain, but I think you get the point. So basically, this place where they go to, it would kind of look similar to how you would have like different areas on Earth that are maybe a bit more to do with the elements or like another planet. So, for example, say you have like a rocky biome on Earth, you would have like mountains and like rock creatures. Well, say it's kind of like how you would have like a light element area. You would have like the grass would like almost glow. You would have like golden structures and stuff. Kind of like imagine just heaven. It would be like described in the Bible. Sort of like that, like kind of elements taken from that and like put in that scene. And I feel like they would kind of just get to meet some like sort of I'm not really sure. The whole thing with this episode is that's a bit hard to think about right now. I find it a bit. My brain's a bit rotted, and I find it a bit difficult to come to really bring this episode to fruition, right? But so you can kind of fill in the gaps yourself. So they'll probably talk to some like angels, maybe pretending to be like disguised as humans, or maybe would have just the 600 eyes angels that looks super scary. That would be funny too. And I feel like the reason they would go there is for two main things. So first of all, they would recruit a new hero that they would get from heaven. So like the free part, like I mentioned, and that would be Zeus, but not like actually Zeus the god, because well, there's only one god, but sort of like a guy that's sort of supposed to be Zeus, but he's actually just more like a human with superpowers. And so this would be like a very interesting way of introducing a hero, and he would also play a role probably to make him important in beating the villain, in beating Moloch in season one in the finale, because Zeus obviously has like electricity and maybe also like light powers. Um, just like how the guy in I think episode 3 got like an artifact that helped him beat the stone monsters in episode 4. So he'd kind of play a role later, and so they would probably what they would do is when they enter heaven, I think this is a fun idea, is that the main cast would kind of gain like heavenly forms of their normal human bodies almost. So like their color palettes would switch up to like more in like white, gold, blue, stuff like that. Um, and they would maybe get like enhanced like different powers, versions of their regular powers. And I kind of thought about this like for a minute a while ago, but I forgot what the ideas were. Something amongst the sense of like, say for example, Rico, his ability to convert like for say for example electricity to other elements like fire or like gas or something. That would probably be enhanced, so maybe he could even like do something in the sense that he could just convert anything into anything, or maybe Inferno would get like golden flames, and he would get like more of like a white and golden armor, and the flames would basically have like light powers, so they would kill off demons and stuff. Stuff like that. You can think about it yourself as well. And so I think it'd be fun if they got to play a match of football against Zeus and like other heavenly characters, but they would do it using their superpowers. So that'd be pretty funny if you ask me. And then I'm not really sure if this would be a long episode then, because this could actually be pretty short. And maybe if there's some other ideas as well. Um, and then essentially they would win the match probably. They would take Zeus home, and then they would also get like this important warning that's gonna be relevant. Essentially, they're gonna mention at the end how they didn't want to bring it up yet because that would ruin the fun, but there's basically like testing times ahead of them. So if you're like a Christian, you know, like sometimes God puts challenges to you because you know it builds you up and stuff, kind of like how you would say if God put a Goliath in front of you, that's because he knows there's a David inside of you. And so essentially, they'd be warned of like Moloch, essentially, Moloch, so the season one villain. But they would kind of be more mysterious about it. They wouldn't outright reveal everything about him because that's just not how that works. And they would also warn them ahead of time that in general there's going to be some villains coming up. And so they would, for the ending of this episode, I'm not sure exactly, but I'm divided between two endings. So you can kind of leave it open as you'd like. So I feel like either they'd send them off back home with some hints and they would have to figure out the rest for themselves, or I don't know the specifics, but maybe they would give them a blueprint, or they would really give them some more specific, like arrows pointing in a direction to say them like go here, do this or something, and maybe they would give them like black delirium, so that's like the magic material like I mentioned before, and they would give them instructions to make a portal to hell. Maybe then they would go to hell the next episode, and they would basically try and find Moloch and his group, and they would try and intercede on them. They would try and listen to their plans and sneak in, or maybe they would try to intercede some type of like smuggling deal where they would try to gain materials to make a portal to Earth or something. Kind of, or like human trafficking. They would maybe traffic demons and try to get them to Earth, and maybe the main cast would go to hell and try and intercede all this. So I'm not really sure what they would do with the end of this episode, but one thing's for sure, they would probably get a bunch of hints for their next adventures, and this is where they would really realize that something is about to happen soon, and they would start like preparing. They would probably start like training more, start thinking of possibilities and plans, and like trying to predict what's going to happen. And they would probably try and find who the villain question is, the villain in question is, unless they already know it's gonna be a demon. And they would probably try and find a way to counter all this, or at least mitigate damage. So this is kind of like setting up for the next episodes. This is where they really start preparing because they know there's something about to happen, which in the previous episodes wasn't really the case. That's all I really have to say. Thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!